Alright, let's be real with you. A lot of guys are walking around completely blind to what's actually happening. You're doing everything you think is the right move. You're being the nice guy. You're giving her all your attention. You're showing her you care. But you can feel her pulling away. The texts are getting shorter. The energy is just gone, and you have no idea why. It's a crazy-making place to be, and you're just left thinking, what did I even do wrong? The good news is, it's not random. I'm telling you, there are 5 huge psychological mistakes that men make, without even knowing it, that will absolutely kill a woman's attraction, even if she was super into you at first. These are the invisible tripwires that turn her initial excitement into total disinterest. So in this video, I'm going to literally pull back the curtain and break down what these 5 mistakes are, the psychology behind why they push her away, and the exact playbook to fix each one so you can stop screwing yourself over. This isn't about playing games. This is about understanding the real, subconscious rules of attraction. Alright, mistake number 1, and this one is so common it's insane, the overvalidation error. This is when you are constantly looking for her approval. It looks like this: asking her over and over if she's having a good time on the date, explaining your jokes to make sure she thinks they're funny, or sending that follow-up text like, "Did you get my last message?" You think you're being attentive, but what you're really screaming is insecurity. Here's the psychology, and you have to get this. Attraction is tied to value. We are all drawn to things that feel valuable, and value is tied to things that aren't just easy. When you're always begging for her validation, you're handing your confidence over to her. You become this unlimited resource, and it subconsciously tanks your value in her eyes. It puts her on a throne and puts you on the floor, and neediness is the #1 attraction killer. I'm telling you, she doesn't want to be the source of your confidence. She wants you to be a man who is already confident in himself. The solution is to build your own solid steel sense of worth that has nothing to do with her. First, just stop asking for reassurance. Don't ask her if she likes you. Don't ask if the date is going well. Assume she's there because she wants to be. Trust yourself. Second, have your own damn opinions. Have your own passions. Don't just agree with everything she says. A woman isn't attracted to a guy who is just a mirror of her. She's attracted to a man with his own world. Your life, your mission, your goals, that has to be your center. She's an amazing person to bring into that life, not the center of your entire universe. When you stop chasing her approval, you signal that you approve of yourself. And that self-contained confidence? It's magnetic. Okay, the second psychological mistake is being totally, 100% available all the time. You text back in 3 seconds. Every single time. You drop your friends in a heartbeat if she texts you for a last-minute hangout. You make it seem like your schedule is a blank page waiting for her to write on it. Most guys do this thinking it proves how much they like her. But what it really does is kill all the mystery and erase any sense of a challenge. Think about it. A woman's attraction for you grows in the space when you're not there. It's when she has time to wonder about you. What are you up to? Who are you with? When am I going to hear from him? That space lets her imagination run wild, and it builds emotional tension. But if you're always there, always available, there's nothing to wonder about. You become predictable, and predictability is boring. It screams that you don't have much going on in your own life, which just lowers your value. You're not a prize to be won. You're just a guarantee. And guarantees are never exciting. The fix isn't to start playing manipulative, hard-to-get games. It's to actually be a man who has a full, exciting life. Prioritize your own mission, your hobbies, your friends. Don't drop everything for her. If you're at the gym, finish your workout. If you're out with your buddies, be present with them. When it comes to your phone, you don't need to have it surgically attached to your hand. It's okay to see a text and get back to it when you're free. This isn't a game. It's a demonstration that your time is valuable and you have a life you are passionate about. When you're not a guarantee, the time she does get with you feels earned. It feels significant. And that's a massive driver of attraction. This next one is subtle, but it's wild how many good guys make this mistake, sharing deep, heavy emotions way too early. This is the guy who, after like 2 dates, is already talking about how she's not like other girls, spilling his guts about his past trauma, or talking about how he can really see a future with her. In your head, it feels honest and vulnerable. But to her, it's a huge red flag. Here's why: real emotional connection is built on trust, and trust has to be built over time. When you just dump a truckload of heavy emotions on someone who isn't ready for it, it creates this insane amount of pressure. It's overwhelming. It's alarming. It makes her want to hit the brakes and pull back just to protect herself. Think of it like this: you wouldn't ask someone to be your emergency contact right after you meet them. Forcing that level of intimacy before you've even built a foundation of fun and comfort feels just as weird. You're trying to skip to chapter 10 when you've barely finished chapter 1. The fix is simple: let the emotional connection build naturally. The early stages of dating have one job: keep things light, fun, and engaging. That's it. Focus on having an awesome time with her in the moment. Instead of telling her how much you like her, show her by being a fun guy to be around and planning cool dates. Let her lead the charge into deeper emotional talks. Pay attention to her signals. If she shares something personal, you can share something back that matches that energy, but don't one-up her with an even heavier story. Let the dynamic be a dance, a give and take. Attraction grows in that space of fun and lightheartedness. The deep emotional stuff will come later, when the time is right. By the way, if you're finding this helpful and you're recognizing some of these patterns in yourself, do me a favor and smash that like button. It really helps the channel and lets me know to make more content just like this. This brings us to mistake number 4, the unbalanced investment error. This is when you are consistently giving way more than you get. You're the one always sending the first text, planning every single date, paying for everything, putting in all the emotional work, while she's barely lifting a finger. You're basically doing all the work for the both of you, hoping that your effort will somehow convince her to like you more. This dynamic is an attraction killer because it destroys reciprocity. Healthy relationships are a two-way street, and attraction is fueled by a balanced exchange. When you overinvest, you create this weird power dynamic where she starts to feel a sense of obligation to you, not genuine desire for you. It can make her feel like you've put her on a pedestal, which is an incredibly uncomfortable place to be. Even worse, it signals that you don't value your own time, energy, or money. And if you don't, why should she? This is how guys end up deep in the friend zone. They become a reliable utility, not an exciting romantic partner. The key here is one word: calibration. Your goal is to match her level of investment, not to drown her in yours. If she takes a few hours to text you back, you don't need to reply in 5 seconds. If she's not the one initiating plans, pull back and give her the space to step up. This isn't about being petty or keeping score. It's about creating a healthy dynamic where both people are actively participating. Let her invest in you too. Give her the chance to plan a date. Give her the space to reach out first. When she invests her own time and effort, she becomes psychologically more bought in. People value what they have to work for. By stepping back and letting the investment balance out, you're not just saving your own energy, you're actually making yourself more attractive in her eyes. It's crazy, but it's true. And the final mistake, number 5, and this is probably the most misunderstood of all: the lack of polarity. You know this as the too nice guy problem. Look, being a kind, respectful person is essential. That's the baseline. But too nice, in this context, means you're overly agreeable, you avoid conflict at all costs, and you have zero masculine edge. This kills attraction because it dissolves all the tension. Polarity is that magnetic pull between masculine and feminine energies. Think of it like two magnets. When you have opposite poles, they pull together like crazy. When you have two of the same poles, they push each other away. Masculine energy is about direction, purpose, decisiveness, and challenge. Feminine energy flows more with collaboration, nurturing, and emotion. When a man is too nice, he's often squashing his natural masculine energy to be more accommodating. He becomes more like her. The result? The sexual tension just fizzles out. He becomes a great friend, but a completely forgettable lover. The fix is not to become a jerk. It's to embrace your healthy masculine edge. This means being decisive. Instead of asking, what do you want to do? You lead with, I know this great Italian spot. Let's go there Friday at 8. It means being playfully challenging. Tease her a little. Banter with her. Don't be afraid to have a different opinion. And most important of all, it means having a powerful mission in your own life. A woman is deeply, primally attracted to a man who is on his path, a man who knows where he's going. When you are driven by your own goals, you naturally give off that attractive, masculine energy. You're still kind, you're still respectful, but you are not a doormat. You have a backbone. You have direction. And that creates the polarity that makes attraction ignite.
So, there it is. 5 psychological mistakes that are silently killing a woman's attraction. It's that constant need for her validation, being way too available, unloading your emotions too soon, overinvesting all your effort, and being so nice that you erase any romantic spark. Most guys make these mistakes because they genuinely think it's what they're supposed to do. But now you know the truth. The key is to shift your entire focus. Stop trying to win her over and start building yourself into a man of high value. A man with his own purpose, his own confidence, who isn't afraid to be the man. When you fix these psychological errors, you stop sabotaging yourself. You take back control, and you allow her attraction for you to build naturally and become insanely powerful.
If you're ready to stop making these mistakes for good and build that unshakable confidence, I have a free guide on my website that goes even deeper. Click the link in the description to get it right now. And don't forget to subscribe for more secrets on mastering your dating life.